Welcome to today's home. I'm Diane Plessett, certified master kitchen bath designer and aging in place specialist, here to talk about anything and everything that affects your home and lifestyle. Today's program features Larry Mock, a contractor I've known for over 13 years. Let's get started. Thank you, Larry, for joining me today to do this important interview so homeowners can know a little bit more about what contractors do, how they do it, and what to look for or ask for when they're talking with contractors. Before we get started with the interview, Larry, I'd love for you to share your name, your company name, and your contact information with our listeners. You and I both know who you are, but they don't.
My name is Larry Mock. The company name is Cascade Custom Remodeling Construction. The website is www.ccr-pdx.com, and the phone number is 503-473-5253.
I was trying to remember the other day how long we've known each other.
2006.
So you and I have known each other for 13 years, and you work all over the greater Portland area, right?
Yes, primarily on the west side, but I've done jobs as far out as Gresham, Troutdale on the east side, and as far as Hillsborough on the west side.
Okay. How long have you been in business, Larry?
45 years.
Wow, that's impressive. Where did you get your start? Was it here in Portland or another part of the country?
I started in 1974 in San Jose, and then I moved to Eugene in 1982 and moved back to Portland in 2000.
Okay. What did you do before you got into construction?
I finished college in 1974, and concurrently, right after I finished college, a friend of mine offered me a position working with him as his partner in a small custom home construction company. Started as a superintendent with them.
Okay. And this was in the San Jose area?
Yes, Morgan Hill, actually.
When you moved to Eugene, what was your thought process when you were thinking about starting your own company?
Well, I actually started my own company in San Jose and was there from 1974 to 1990.
Okay.
Ran a custom home, and then I guess at about 1985, I switched from custom homes to remodeling, primarily because I got tired. I was doing $1 million, $1.5 million, $2 million homes, and I got real tired of the egos involved in those projects.
Since you've been in this business so long, Larry, 45 years is quite an accomplishment. What achievements or successes are you proudest of during that 45 years?
Oh, I think the fact that we're still standing. We have a client satisfaction rate of over 95%.
Wow.
So I think longevity is part of it. And then just the involvement we've had in people's lives over the years has been very rewarding.
Thinking about the serious recession we had in 2006 to 2008 or 9, what kept you going, Larry?
It's something I've always done, since 74. It was never an option not to, in my mind. It really wasn't any different. The only difference for me during the rough times was I had to lower my profit margins, my markups to unsustainable levels. But because we are a small company, it's just my wife and I, in terms of running it, we were able to get pretty lean fairly quickly and survive those lean times.
That's great, because during that time, so many contractors, so many contracting firms went out of business because they just could not survive and pay the high overhead that they had been paying.
Right. We've kept our overhead low throughout the years, as a matter of fact.
We've looked back. Now looking forward, what are your professional goals for the future?
I'm going to be in this business another 5 years. In 2024, I will have been in the business 50 years. So that's, to me, the time to wrap it up. Professional goals, I just sort of take things as they come at this point in my life, and I have we've recently hired Zane Fallstone and his wife Diane, and they're going to be working with us to take over the business in the next 5 years.
Hey, that's great. So you have a plan for the continuation of Cascade Custom Remodeling for after you retire. So now you're looking forward to 2024. What do you and your wife plan to do after you retire?
I probably will get more involved with the SPCA, animals, particularly as dogs, and maybe fostering dogs or at least volunteering in that arena. But I think it's important that we give as many dogs and animals as we can a reasonable home.
Yes, what a great goal and what a great commitment you make to, in your own way, making the world a better place.
Mm-hmm.
So getting back to your business, what do you think sets you apart from other contractors? What services do you provide that are really unique?
I think the main thing for us is transparency that we offer our clients. We offer a fixed price, and we also offer transparency, which is rare when it's a fixed price. Most contractors in fixed price arenas give a bottom line. They give a kind of a scope, but we pride ourselves in being detailed and transparent, so there's no surprises. Mm-hmm. And if somebody wants to make a change, they know exactly how much it's going to cost to make that change.
You are absolutely the best contractor who provides really detailed schedules and investment parameters. If a homeowner makes a change, they know immediately what the effect that change is going to make on their schedule and their investment.
Yep.
What are things that you would like to say about contracting in general? What are the takeaways?
Well, I think the first one is buyer beware. Whenever people find out in a social situation that I'm a contractor, they usually regale me with some negative stories about their experiences with contractors, and my question to them always is, how many of his past or their past clients did you call? Uh-huh. And almost invariably, it's zero. We went with our first impressions, and that rarely is a legitimate way to choose a contractor. And I think the other thing is choosing a contractor with whom you can communicate. Because if you can't communicate on the front end, you're certainly not going to communicate well once you get into the production of the thing.
You have hit the nail on the head squarely. Homeowners need to be proactive and not just expect other people to take care of them.
Right. Yep, I agree.
They need to ask questions. They need to double check a contractor's license status and call all of the referrals that the contractor has on a list.
Yep.
What trends or changes in trends have you experienced in your 45 years?
Well, I think the biggest thing has been technology. The computer, the mobile phones have allowed us to do more work in less time. For me, that's the biggest trend that I've seen. And then in terms of actual structural stuff or building stuff, the codes have changed and have gotten, in my opinion, better. The controls and the code, building codes in general have gotten a little stricter, which they needed to be.
Right.
Because in our business, there's a number of people who want to tend to take shortcuts rather than do the job correctly. So I think, the code increase, or the code, I wouldn't call it increase, but tightening of the codes and technology.
I agree with you. How do you feel when you hear about or you hear from a homeowner, oh, we didn't think we needed permits for this project? How do you feel when they say that?
Well, I won't do the job if they don't want to pull a permit. I mean, part of the whole process is to be legal, And if you start doing the work that's not permitted properly, then you can get yourself, as a contractor, you can get in trouble. And generally, as a homeowner, the work won't be done properly, and it can have some side effects down the road.
Think about trying to sell the home if a project's been done without permits and there's no way to tell if it really meets the codes.
Right, exactly.
Really scary. So what legacy do you want to leave behind when you retire?
Well, I think basically is that we did an honest job, that we were transparent, that our commitment to client satisfaction was high and successful. And it's nice to have clients, which we do on a regular basis, call us the second and third time to do work for them. That basically is where we've always emphasized, was the transparency and honesty, and to be known for that is rewarding.
We're living in very stressful times right now, Larry. We're all feeling it, no matter what we do. We're barraged with so much negative information every day. How do you deal with this?
Well, I think part of it is, most of it is focus, and what I choose to be focused upon. And that's why I focus on the business rather than the politics, or, it's not that I'm not aware of it, but the real issue for me is the day-to-day living that we all have to do. And in this case, we've got several clients that we're working with now, and that focus keeps me going in a positive direction.
Thank you so much, Larry. Before we close this interview, I'd like you to share your information with our listeners one more time, please.
The website is www.ccr-pdx.com, and the phone number is 503-473-5253.
Well, thank you so much, Larry. I wish you the best of success, the best of health, the best of everything in the coming years as you move forward to celebrating your 50th year in business.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you for listening to Today's Home. A new blog and podcast is uploaded every week to provide inspired ideas for your home and lifestyle. Next week's podcast is going to be the favorite homeowner questions and answers. Tell your family and friends about us and visit our website, www.dp-design.com, where you can download podcasts of previous programs and get a list of upcoming programs. Follow us on social media and recommend Today's Home to your family, friends, and business associates. This is Diane Plessett, your host of Today's Home. Enjoy the coming week.